As we heard from the Fiscal Policy Institute, and they also did a study, they compared job growth for small businesses between 98 and 2006, and there's no significant change when you raise the minimum wage. If anything, it's a slight positive change on the local economy that we've seen. And these corporate giants are recording record profits every year and can afford to pay their workers a higher minimum wage. And like people have said earlier, that's what it's about. It's about the McDonald's, it's about the Walmarts, the Targets. They're the ones really abusing and paying low wages, not as much as the small businesses are. And raising the minimum wage would put more pockets in the low-wage working population, which is a key way of boosting consumer demand and putting more money in the pockets of working families, and our working families in New York who spend money on necessities, puts monies back in the pockets of local businesses and in the community. So it's time we stop celebrating the bad actor employers and their rising profits while cutting down on their labor costs. We need more businesses to expand that are offering good, lifelong, and sustainable jobs in their communities to stimulate the local economies. Raising the minimum wage would level the playing field, allowing good jobs with higher pay and benefits to be more competitive with the larger corporations that continue and will continue to drive down labor costs. Are we going to pull bad employers up to our level of pay, or let them force our good employers to pay less because they're no longer able to compete? So again, thank you for the opportunity to testify today in support of raising minimum wage to help promote working families and good jobs throughout New York State. And I'm happy to answer any questions if you have.
Great.
Thank you,
Adam. Any questions? No? Well, thank you very much to all the panelists. Again, I'd like to thank all who testified, from the clergy to the minimum wage workers to the businesses that came out, and the academics and the advocates. This is a very important issue, and as you heard from the testimony, there are many advocates on all sides, on both sides, that are going to be pushing for the minimum wage to increase here in New York. And we feel that Senator Espaillat's bill is a very progressive bill that not only increases it to $8.50, but goes above and beyond. As many of the experts testified today, that we need to do much more than what's being presented, and this is a great step in that direction. So again, I'd like to thank all who testified. I'd like to thank all my colleagues in the State Senate who took some time to stay here and listen to the testimony and ask questions. But more importantly, I'd like to thank the sponsor of the bill, Senator Espaillat, who has been a long-term and a long-time champion of the working men and women of the state of New York. Senator Espaillat.
Well, thank you, Senator Peralta, Senator Montgomery. As we move forward before the closed session, I am optimistic and hopeful that a minimum wage bill will be passed. It is imperative that we continue to dialogue and have a discussion, particularly on the provisions of this bill that are not included in the other bill, mainly the non-preemption provision and the indexing provision, and also getting to 925, which is very, very important. We need to wage the fight in order to ensure that a minimum wage increase that we accomplished this year is a reality, but a practical one as well, that would help improve the quality of life for many New Yorkers. Thank you all for participating in this hearing.